Hey, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my series, Healing Health Issues Naturally. In the last couple of videos, I shared with you how I healed endometrial polyps naturally, how I healed an ovarian cyst naturally, and I also added an older video to this series called The Healing Power Within You. And that's where I share another miraculous story of how I healed severe tendonitis and avoided the surgery that the doctors were insistent to put me on. So you can check those out below if you haven't caught them yet. They're in the description. And that being said, if you have known me for years, or if you've been following me on social media for years, you know that I am a yoga therapist. I am very passionate about our health from a mind, body, and spirit perspective. And I have worked with people over the years, people with cancer, with diabetes, with scoliosis, herniated discs, back pain, knee pain, coming out of cardiac surgery. I have worked with a number of ailments, and I've also helped people through grief, especially after losing my mom to cancer almost 10 years ago, and watching her on her own medical journey where she went through, she went through her chemotherapy a couple of times, actually a few times, radiation, double mastectomy, and just was put on countless medications over the years. So this is kind of what prompted me, this is what prompted me to become a yoga therapist, because I wanted to see how can I help people in a more holistic and natural way. And yoga became my saving grace, especially in my grief. It really helped me to face the emotions that I was dealing with. It helped me to work through things, because emotions are energy in motion. So we want to move through those emotions and not stuff them inside. There's so much more on that topic I want to share about with you, but I'm going to kind of hone it in and save that for another video. So that being said, I also am wanting to share with you how I healed gut issues naturally. That video is going to come up soon. As I started this series, interestingly enough, I happened to find out that I had some deeper things going on in my system that I needed to clear out health-wise. And I'm right now in the middle of a treatment protocol, a holistic one, which I will share about with you over time as I work through this, because I hope that it serves you. I hope that it helps you in some way. I want to thank you so much, those of you that checked out my endometrial polyps video and the comments that you left. Thank you so much. They're very meaningful to me. I'm sure they're very meaningful to other people in the community, because we are seeing that we are not alone in wanting to find more holistic solutions. One thing that ties everything together that I've been working with over the years, whether it's people with injuries, illness, or grief, the one unifying factor, actually there's two unifying factors. One is, we always look at a person as mind, body, and spirit. We're multidimensional. So just looking to heal the physical, that's like putting a Band-Aid on it. We really want to look at the mental, emotional, spiritual aspects around that as well to support our health and our well-being. And that second unifying aspect, which is the message of today's video, is, guys, be your own advocate. Don't give up on yourself. So yes, go to a doctor. If you're dealing with some sort of health issue, go to a doctor, get whatever tests you need, get whatever blood work you need, find out what's going on in your body, and then do some research. Don't just simply accept, here's a pill that's going to make you feel better. Well, what's in that pill? What is that medication? What are the side effects? How can they affect you short-term, long-term? And, in some instances, surgery or medication might be necessary for a temporary amount of time. However, let's look at how we can get to the deeper root cause of that. What is going on with you mentally, physically, spiritually? In my last newsletter, I shared this incredible story of this guy that came to see me when I first became a yoga therapist. And he had a pretty severe case of spinal stenosis, which is a narrowing of the spinal canal and can cause a lot of pain in the back. It can even cause incontinence and a whole slew of other issues. And this guy was in his early 70s, very youthful though. When he came in, he was limping on a cane, had trouble walking, but he had this sort of youthful glow about him. And he starts telling me of the pain that he's been dealing with. And I said, well, how did this spinal stenosis start? And he said, well, I took a really bad fall outside of my house. And I said, oh, okay. And as I get to know him a little bit deeper, he's sharing with me how he was an avid jogger for years and years. He jogged every morning like clockwork. And as he's telling me this, I'm kind of thinking, that's kind of odd that someone who's so adept on his feet would suddenly take a fall right outside of his house. And so I decided to dig a little deeper, and I said, well, what was going on in your life around the time that you took this fall? And he said, he got really quiet for a moment, and then I noticed tears come around his eyes. And he looked up at me and he said, my wife died. And they had been married for 46 years. And it was literally, I could see, it was like the rug had been pulled out from beneath him, both metaphorically with his emotions and physically. He took a fall. And he realized that he hadn't really expressed his grief over the years. He hadn't really, allowed himself that grieving process. This is why it's so important to really tap into and tune into what are your emotions, what are your thoughts that you tend to think about a lot, because all of the thoughts, emotions, all of this are what create our reality. And it's not to say that, oh, you created your cancer. Please do not get that message, because our environment is filled with toxins and chemicals and things like that, which lessen the efficacy of how our organs function. So we are already in a vulnerable state. Then when you add emotions from, say, a traumatic event, that can trigger disease or dis-ease. It's a dis-ease within you. Something is not easy, something is not flowing right. The good news is that our bodies are an incredibly complex miracle, and they want to heal. Your body is always seeking homeostasis. So your job is to become an advocate for your body, mind, and spirit, and to see how can you support your health. Whatever health issue you're going through, do some research. Find out what are some of the vitamins and supplements that can support you, and see if you're able to take them. And see what kinds of foods, what kind of diet you can incorporate to help you. And stay tuned for the next video where I'm going to share with you how I healed gut issues naturally, because diets are not one size fits all. I don't even like the word diet, by the way. It's just not a good word. But you hear keto and all intermittent fasting and just all these different diets. Well, every person's gut microbiome is different. So I'm going to share with you in the next video the best way to heal your gut naturally. So this video is simply about, I want to impart this message. Whatever you're going through emotionally, physically, mentally, your body wants to heal, your mind wants to heal, your spirit wants to heal. Just become an advocate for yourself. Do research. Do your best to find medical doctors around you that are holistically minded and that are open to some alternative routes of healing. If you're not comfortable with your current doctor, you can go to another doctor. You can find someone else. But you just got to be diligent, you got to be patient, and you got to be willing to put in that work, because you know what? You are so worth it. And don't you want to feel better? I know, when I've been going through things and what I'm working through right now, I just want to feel better. I want to live my best life. I want to live in my optimum health. And this is why I wanted to share this series with you. So if you had any takeaways from this video, please share in the comments below. I truly love hearing from you guys. Again, I thank you so much for all of you that commented on the endometrial polyps video. This is really supporting the community. Every comment, every like, it shows that we have a supportive community and that we're all on the same page. We're just looking to feel better and to live at our best in a more natural and holistic way. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe for more videos. I will be sharing how I healed gut issues naturally, and also I'll be sharing with you my current healing journey as we move forward. So I'm really excited to see you in the next one, and until then, I wish you well.